Welcome to Techstart, and thank you for being here. The message that I have for you today is so important that I'm just going to dive right in, and that is the digital revolution is here. And as a result, tech is disrupting everything in its path. All of our jobs and businesses are at stake. Our personal privacy and data is at stake. Even our livelihoods and society is at stake. Literally everything is at stake because tech is changing the way we do everything, from how we store information to how we communicate with each other, to more recently, even how we handle logistics and how we operate. And as a result, every industry is affected. Stick around to the end of this and I'll give you some exact examples of how industries are being reshaped by the digital revolution. So what is the digital revolution and why am I harping about it? Well, economists call the digital revolution the fourth industrial revolution, right? It's the adoption of technology, changing the way we do business, changing the way we work. Supposedly, it's the adoption of technology to increase our productivity. But what I think is happening is it's actually increasing the productivity of businesses and companies because we're able to outsource so much tech to them, not necessarily people, but more on that later. You see, this fourth industrial revolution, this digital revolution, it started really in 1947 with the invention of the microchip. But it started getting exciting in 1989 with the invention of the World Wide Web. And fast forward 3 decades later, now we've got 4 billion people with smartphone devices in their pockets and access to the internet. They've got so much computing power. They've got more computing power than America did when they sent astronauts to the moon for the first time. Think about that. We're seeing massive changes in every single part of society as a result of this adoption and widespread use of technology. 100% of our jobs are on the path to being changed in some way or another by tech, if they're not already being changed by tech. And because of this, there's a growing fear that tech is going to displace us from our work. It's going to replace so many different jobs. And that fear is well-founded. You see, a McKinsey study in Paris found that in France, over the previous 15 years, 500,000 jobs were lost as a result of tech. But here's the thing. At the same time, tech went on to create 1.2 million jobs. So in that period, for every job lost by tech, there was about 2.5 new jobs created by tech. But let me ask you this. Do you think that all 500,000 workers benefited from the new jobs? No, I don't think so. Because there's a divide in the skills and digital skills it takes to take on those new jobs. You know, for example, in the United States, we're pacing by 2025 to have a shortfall of data scientists. So many data scientists that we will have the need for 250,000 data scientists, right? So we're seeing tech essentially displace jobs and create new jobs, but a lot of these jobs are so advanced that people need to be re-educated and retrained to attain these digital skills to get those jobs. But it's not just these data science jobs and computer software jobs. It's literally every single job out there. You're going to need to handle some form of tech, know how to interact with the tech, know how to use the millions of different types of software and apps that are out there that make you more productive. You see, another McKinsey study found that 60% of jobs are already automatable by at least a third. That means less work for everybody. More work for the people, though, that know how to use the tech to automate the work. But this is just the beginning. Just as new technology emerges, just as quickly as new technology emerges, so does that technology expire and get replaced by other tech. So the question is, can we keep up? And I think right now the answer is no. You see, we're letting only a handful of tech companies essentially monopolize the world. Our governments are being slow to respond to regulate tech in any sort of meaningful ways, all while millions of people are at risk of losing their jobs. The result is an economy that looks way different. That is why we're seeing so many independent workers, gig workers, freelancers pop up in the market. Here's the thing. If you're not actively preparing by boosting your technical skills, by getting better at using your devices to be more productive, then you're on your way to being disrupted. I don't care how old or how young you are or what kind of job you have. If you're not getting better at using the tech, then you're falling behind, all right? And it's happening quickly. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I believe it's my mission to empower people with the digital skills and resources needed to succeed and thrive in this digital revolution. You see, I consider myself lucky being a millennial, having parents that exposed me to tech early on. I just loved hanging around my computer. I loved studying. I was in an accelerated program through high school. I ended up graduating high school at 14 because I was in this like online work at your own pace program, and all I did was study. And when I went to college, I essentially was able to pay my way through school by doing web design and freelancing as a digital marketer, right? So I had unique opportunities because of the tech. And when I graduated college, I got to work for Uber, helping launch them here in Las Vegas. Then I went on to work for a bunch of different agencies around the world, just constantly improving my digital skills, my tech skills, in a bunch of different environments, right? I believe tech is so powerful that if I can teach you how to use it, I can help you land your next dream job. I can help you build your business, scale your business. I can help you make a meaningful impact through tech, through web design, through graphics, through communication, by knowing how to leverage these digital skills. That's why I started this podcast. That's why I started Techstart. You see, there's a lot more to this digital revolution, and we're going to get into all of the weeds of it, I promise, but in other episodes. I want to give you a heads up of what to expect with Techstart. We have the Techstart Academy, and in that, we're launching the Art of Digital Networking course. That's coming out soon. With that course, you'll be able to learn all of the different types of digital skills to help you network online, especially in a world with COVID where it's hard to get in front of people, where it's hard to find the next person who might hire you or the next person you might be able to grow your business with. I love tech, and I love the ability it can deliver progress to people. It can deliver economic well-being and happiness to so many people when it's used correctly, you see. But when we let tech get taken advantage only by the massive corporations, we're essentially giving away our prosperity. We're essentially increasing the gap between the rich and the poor by allowing these tech companies to centralize their power. What I want to do is I want to show you how to use this tech so that you can go on and innovate new solutions for your own problem. The tech is available to you. I'll help you get the resources and skills you need. The question is, are you ready to invest the time and effort so that you can become the disruptor instead of being disrupted? Thank you all for listening to this. As promised, I was going to tell you about a couple industries and how they're being changed by a digital revolution. Let's go through them. So the first one I want to talk about was TV, right? When TV came out, you had the black color box. Cable TV was the primary way people were connecting to the TV, right? I mean, I don't know if you've ever used aluminum foil and put it in that little wire so you can catch PBS or whatever other free channel. But you see, back then, that was how we were delivered the content, right? Was through these cables, through these literal wires. And because of the internet and the digital revolution, and because of being able to stream videos, companies were able to go online and stream their content directly to you. And that's why we saw Netflix get as big as it did. And because Netflix got as big as it did and was able to take so much market share away from the cable companies, you know who had to be afraid? The content creators, the people in the studio actually filming the movies and the TV shows. They had to be strategic. Now the channels are changing as a result of the digital revolution. What are they going to do? They're going to go partner up with Netflix or Amazon. What did HBO do? HBO was a premium cable channel, right? So they had a partnership with the cable industry for the longest time. And because consumption was moving online, instead of going to partner up with Netflix or anybody like that, they decided, you know what? We also have access to this same tech. We're going to go ahead and create our own streaming platform for our own content creators, right? So that's what HBO did. That's also what Disney Plus did. You know what? That's also what the traditional Warner Media Group did when they realized that consumption was moving online as a result of streaming. They invested in Hulu so that they could put all of their original content from the traditional network groups there too, right? So TV industry changed drastically. We saw a similar thing happen to the music industry. Back then, artists who wanted to make money through their music, they just needed to sell lots of CDs, right? But now, CDs aren't the way artists are making money, right? Now, their music can be streamed on iTunes or Spotify. So now it's through royalty deals and other innovative ways artists have to implement in order to monetize their brands. We're also seeing it happen in the travel industry. We're seeing it happen in the travel industry in so many ways, but I just want to point out a few. One is social media and how it's influencing people to travel, and how it's influencing people to check out different places and go the non-traditional route. You see, 30 years ago, if people wanted to go travel to Southeast Asia, they may go through some tourism management group who's going to plan everything, right? But now millennials are kind of figuring it out on their own. They're using Google to search whatever it is they want locally, and they're using social media to talk about it and connect with others through it. And we're also seeing Airbnb be another way the digital revolution has changed this industry. People are now able to share access to their homes. We're also seeing it happen with cars, right? We saw Uber and Lyft disrupt the taxi industry as a result of ride sharing. You see technology, and specifically internet enabled technology, is allowing us to connect in ways we could never have imagined before, and it's changing the ways that we do business and the way we work. It's literally changing every single industry. So I invite you to come on to this journey with me as we get a tech start in our business, in our lives, in our professional careers, and get ahead and be a disruptor instead of getting disrupted. Thank you again for tuning in with me. If you want to learn more about Techstart, you can go to any of our websites. We've got Techstart Academy. That's where we promote our free educational classes. And that's where you can sign up for our first class, The Art of Digital Networking. Thank you, y'all. Talk soon.